Hey, time to do the after walk vlog. Uh, didn't go as I planned. Kind of disappointed in a way. Some highlights, but still. You may recall that I was planning to go the 25K, and I had my friend Jack. Asked him to kind of plan routes out. I tell him the distances, and we need hills and things like that. And he did a really nice job of planning out a really good route. And, a lot of thanks to him. And we did it, a lot of hills. Nice hills, got some pretty, decent hills. And again, if you're around a man who doesn't walk very much, any hill is impressive. But I got stupid. I was worried about gaining weight, and so yesterday I didn't eat very much. I ate the puffed wheat and fruit, lots of water, but nothing really substantial. And then forgot to get breakfast this morning. So at this point, if you're watching this, you should be like, smacking your head with your hand or just no to the screen. It was pretty stupid. So end result is about 15 kilometers in, I was pretty much done. Not we. Jack could have gone on the whole 25. Um, the pack has gotten a little bit uncomfortable, and I think that I am losing weight around the waist, and I've had to readjust the belt a little bit, but somehow or another, the shoulder straps are hurting, and I've got to figure out what's going on with that. So there's not really a good camping place around here that I can get fitted. I literally may go back to Tallahassee to trail and ski, and have JC and the guys there help me out, kind of show me what I'm doing wrong. So I haven't had the pain before. But anyway, the cramping happened like it had a couple of walks ago. So I had to cut it short, which was disappointing. The highlights were that this is the first time I used the Delorme map and put that on the blog. And all my friends or anyone who's looking at it, told me that they were able to keep track. It worked really, really well. We logged in at one point when we were on the walk. Jack and I did. It looked like it was working great. To the point that Craig, my college roommate, when he was looking at it, I had stopped. We were back at Jack's place, and I had stopped, and Craig calls me and says, "You haven't moved in about 20 minutes. Is your leg broken? Are you in a ditch somewhere?" So that's a positive. I appreciate him thinking that I would have broken my leg in Niceville, but there you go. If anyone would, it'd be me. So anyway, so the map worked out really well. So that's really a good test because that lets me know that when I get over to Spain, I can operate that. Shouldn't be any problem. Just let that run, and there's nothing else to do. When I just set it to track, it'll just send the signals out every 10 minutes, which is great. The other thing is, this is the first time that I did a video on the trail and uploaded it to the website, and so that was good because it showed me that I can do things as I'm going, as long as I've got Wi-Fi or I can connect, and I can do that through the GPS, the Delorme. I should be able to tether my iPad to it, and so what that means is hopefully that I can not just do blogs at the end of the day, but I can video them as I'm going and send them at the same time. Excuse me. Instead of just waiting until I get to wherever I'm going, wherever there's Wi-Fi, and sending a bunch of them. So I think those were good tests. Those were good things. My water consumption is going pretty well. Honestly, I think that if I had taken more care about what I was eating and taken care of that a little bit more, I think I would have been able to go further. And again, I'm trying to fit what will be a 6, 7, 8 hour trip a day in Spain. I'm trying to cram it into like 4 or 5 hours. So, I did a lot of breaks here, which poor Jack was frustrated. I know he was. He was such a trooper because I know he didn't want to wait. He's not used to having, Pancho Villa as his sidekick, having to take all these breaks. But I feel pretty good about being able to finish this. In the day, there's only a couple days that are really, really long. There's got to be a lot of hills. So anyway, boots coming next week. That should be about the end of what I'm needing there. The boots and the liner. And I think I'm pretty much, as far as kit and everything else, I'm kind of getting concerned because, they talk about you can get too many things. You don't need all those things. And My problem is I start seeing things and like the GPS, which I think was a necessity. I really did need that. Or the dry bags, things like that. And I start looking at that saying, gosh, I really need that. And all of a sudden this becomes just an extravagant thing. And it doesn't need to be that. I mean, it really can be minimal. I'm just not very confident, I think, as part of it is just, oh, that looks cool, I have to have it. And part of it is there's still a little bit of a nervousness, I think, and things that are safety nets from, things that are, protective and make sure that the trip won't have any problems. You kind of gravitate towards those when you're in a situation. I think what I'm getting to is now the idea that there's no amount of insurance that's going to keep crazy from happening. I haven't talked about the foreign language barrier yet. So, I've kind of put my foot down and said, okay, I'm really just done. I don't need to go crazy. I really need like 3 pairs of socks, 2 pairs of clothes, a poncho or a rain jacket. That's kind of my next decision. The little bit of equipment I'm going to need to be able to do the blogs and kind of keep track of where I am. And, some sort of toiletry kit. And I think that's really it. So I'm going to try for the 25 again this week, and then I'm off for a week to a conference, and then I've got, I think, 2, maybe 3 more weeks, and then I'm there. So it's going really quickly. I've got like 36, 37 days. But I think everything else is going pretty well. I feel pretty good about it. Mom and I talked today, and she asked flat out, do I feel that I can do it? And yeah, I mean, I'm going either way. If something were to happen and I just weren't able to finish the walk, and I'm not even, I joke about it, but I'm doing the walk. It's just going to happen. But if for some reason I couldn't, something happened, I'm still going to be there. I'm still going to be there for the Feast of St. James. I won't get the Compostela, but I'm still making the walk. The other thing that's really happened that's really exciting is I spoke with the editor of the Tallahassee Democrat, and they've been very kind enough to, they're going to try to cover the blog, and hopefully we'll be able to work something out so I can get some coverage there. And it really isn't about me. The other thing about this is, while I'm talking so much about the working and the losing the weight or the not, I'm just so desperate for this to be a success for Joel's scholarship, and to add to that, to his name, to his legacy. And I Jack asked me today. He said, are you worried about your motivation? I said, motivation is not my problem. Motivation is not my problem. This is going to happen. Whether I'm walking or I'm having to ride, it's going to happen. I don't know that I'd be this driven if it wasn't for Joel's scholarship. I like to think that would be, but this is, I'm not backing off of this. There's just too much. It's just too important. I think it's what we do as siblings, as family members. This is what we do. And so, motivation is not an issue. Getting the word around, I think, is a great thing. I'm really looking forward. I'm hoping that there's some more there, and more people who kind of see this. I hope that they have very low standards when it comes to video and editing, and a lot of patience with rambling. But I'm looking forward to seeing how this goes. I'm looking forward to being able to look back on this, and this. I want this awareness for Joel Scholarship to happen. I want my son to see this. There's a lot of reasons. So motivation, that's not the problem. I think spirit is definitely willing. Flesh and lungs may be weak. Spirit is definitely willing. So hopefully I'll start talking about my packing list the next week or so. That's my next plan, to kind of finalize, lay everything out, and kind of talk a little bit about that. And I'm starting to work on the Spanish a little bit. And by starting, I mean I've looked at it a couple of times, and I kept the TV on Telemundo for a little bit, and that really just kind of sobered me up as well. So I've got some things to work on. But I'm learning my Spanish. My Spanish teacher at the school, Miss Luna, she gave me some great information in a book. And I've decided to start watching Spanish soap operas. I don't know if I'm going to learn anything other than, things like Jose, The Baby Is Mine, and oh my gosh, what is she doing here, in Spanish. But if I've got those, and then where's the bathroom, I need a room, and where's some food, I think I'm pretty much set. I think that covers everything. It's my hope, so we'll see. But anyway, so that's what's going on now. Next blog, again, I'm planning on talking about my itinerary. I'm on my packing list. Might even actually type it and stop being lazy. So we'll see. So thanks for watching.